This November, I want to fill a gratitude jar with all kinds of wonderful thoughts, and I'm using Artspira to get started. Now, in case you didn't know, you can search on Artspira for any kind of file that you are looking for. And if you don't get a good result, try a different word, try a different keyword, and it'll pull up anything that has that word attached to it. So Thanksgiving or turkey, I'm looking at a couple different things. And as I look through here, it's also going to show me all of the tutorials. So I can pull up the full tutorial in this example. And the tutorial is to make a stencil to put on a cake, or I suppose you could put it on a pie. But I'm envisioning something very different here, and I'm thinking about making this stencil for paper, for my jar. So I'm going to pull up the editing, and what have already done here is I have saved this as a favorite cut file. Now doing that will pull it up here when I click favorites. It makes it a lot faster and easier to find the file that you're looking for to edit. And yes, Artspira now has some editing features. My personal favorite is that you can just use your fingers and pinch to size up or down right there on your tablet or mobile device. So I can size this down, and remember that we can always edit on the ScanNCut as well, so you are never stuck if you change your mind once you have transferred. You don't have to start all the way over, but transferring really is that easy. You just tell Artspira you'd like to transfer this to your machine, and off it goes. When we pull up this ScanNCut, we're going to pull up retrieve data. We're going to click on the cloud, and that is going to bring in the cut file. Now, what I love about this, it's so easy, right? And there it is, edited and sized as we did in Artspira. This is such a great added feature to this app, and it makes it so much fun to use and so much even faster. Now, again, as I said, we can still edit if we decide to make this larger or smaller. I'm also going to do a few things here. So once I've got it to the size that I want, I am actually going to click OK. We're going to have to click OK one more time, and then I'm actually going to go pull a circle file. And the reason I'm going to pull a circle file is that I don't want the little tab at the bottom of my turkey. I really just want a circle. A tab might have been nice at the top, but not at the bottom, and not for what I have in mind, because I actually want to be able to use the entire thing. So I've got my circle here, and if I like the size, that's great. If I don't, I can continue to edit, just depending on what I see and how big I want this. What I really love about this here on the screen is I'm able to just keep editing and keep playing with this until I get what I want. So the circle inside of the Artspira file, that's going to cut a clean circle around, so that basically I'm editing this file without actually having any know-how, without actually having to take much time or truly edit. I'm able to just say, you know what, cut another circle inside the circle, and the ScanNCut will cut both, and I will get exactly what I want here to use directly or as a stencil, depending on what I would like to do. Now I'm using the up and down tabs so that I can precisely locate how I want it to be. Then once I have the sizing, I'm going to add a second one of that plain round circle, because I'm going to want to cut an additional circle. And once I am happy with everything, I'm going to go all the way through to cut. And we are going to go ahead and hit cut, let the machine do the rest. Now I've got my turkey here. Now this is the large one. So I cut out a large one just to show you what that would look like. Now you can see when I go to peel this away, the stenciled turkey there, he's going to stay on the mat. It's going to stay stuck to the mat. And what's going to pull off is my circle with the stencil. Is that not so cute? And just a side note, that little turkey there with all the little pieces, you can absolutely use that. You can take all those pieces and glue them together on something else and use it. So no part has to be wasted. And the same goes for my circle with the ring. I can turn that into an ornament. I can do all kinds of other things with that. Now what I'm doing here is going back in, just deleting the part with the turkey, leaving the two circles, and I'm going to cut these out of white because I do want a contrast layer. And yes, I am planning on making more than one of these. So if you're trying to create in a batch, go ahead and cut all of the pieces that you want at one time. I've got the orange turkey down here. I'm putting it onto the white paper because one of the things I want to try out with this, you know what? Creativity is a beautiful thing and a lot of fun to play with. I'm taping it down onto the white circle so that I can then use some ink and a foam blending tool and blend different colors of dye ink. You could use lots of different materials. What I like about the dye ink, this is not going to cause any bleeding. It's not going to be difficult to work with. Also, that orange turkey shape, if I just flip it over, I can use it as is as a decoration, which is going to be honestly just a lot of fun. So I'm doing all of these different colors, and you can get as fancy as you want with this. You can get as simple as you want with this with just a few colors. When you're done, you're going to peel off the tape. This is just a washi tape. Masking tape often works as well. And look how cute that is, our stenciled turkey. And again, the other one, we can just flip it over so that the ink stains don't show. And we've got a fresh, clean turkey that we can then layer with the white, with the orange, papers, whatever you would like if you don't want it to be see-through. If you want it see-through, maybe some vellum or something to have kind of almost a stained glass look. Now to finish this off, I have got a jar. I'm tying some ribbons around in a knot. Once I get those ribbons tied off, I'm going to punch a little hole in my turkey and tie it on. It's that simple. Now, I would love to hear in the comments, have you used a gratitude jar or gifted one? How have you used it? What do you fill it with? I'm just putting all kinds of happiness and joyful things that I am grateful for, thankful for, that I'm glad are in my life in here. And then at the end of the month, I'm going to have a whole jar full of beautiful things to read out to friends and family, possibly at the Thanksgiving table. We'll see how it goes. I hope you have loved this tutorial. We certainly love being with you and love sharing creative ideas. Be sure to download Artspira and get creating today.